Most people think that to be creative and productive, they need to come up with something completely new and original. But the truth is, all great artists steal. Hey, knowledge seeker, I'm Jody. Today I want to talk to you about a book that has completely changed the way I think about art and creativity. It has been a huge inspiration for me, and I think it could be really helpful for you too. Art is an imitation of life. For generations, humans have been copying what they see in nature. The things we see, feel, and touch has a profound impact on our subconscious mind, which ultimately manifests itself in our art and our everyday lives. As artists, we literally create what's in our head, and we're greatly influenced by the environment. So the more we explore and grow, the more our creations change to reflect that growth. Naturally, to grow, you must read. Rather than taking the long road through trial and error process that takes years, simply read. Somebody already did the hard work for you and then put it in a book for you to learn. Books are like cheat codes for life. You can grow your knowledge base and be exposed to an entire new idea without the pitfalls of failing. The one book that I think is essential for everyone, and not just artists, is a book by Austin Kleon called Steal Like an Artist. I rank this as one of the best because the approach to creativity is so simple. Everyone borrows from everyone. Some will call this stealing, so let's clarify that. If you deliberately take another person's work and try to pass it off as your own, that's stealing, also known as plagiarizing. If, on the other hand, you've been inspired by a person's work and that caused you to create something that's uniquely yours, you've successfully stolen from that artist. For example, if I saw an amazing piece of art online that inspired me to create something similar, then I can assure you that the only thing I'm borrowing from that artist is the idea. My rendition of the art will be completely different. There might be subtle similarities because the goal was to create something similar. On the other hand, if I chose to recreate the art exactly as the artist did and try to present it as an original idea, then it creates a terrible reputation for me and puts a bad taste in the original author's mouth because I simply copied their work. It's really important to be considerate when you're taking inspiration for others and make sure that you're adding your personal touch so it becomes something new that's uniquely you. Now that we understand the difference between plagiarizing and being inspired, let's take a look at how this applies to your creations and the importance of personal touch. Some ideas you may have may not be completely original, and that's okay. You can still put your spin on it and make it your own. For example, if you want to write a book, there are millions of books out there that you can research to get ideas. You can study the structure, formatting, and voice of those books to help you write your book. However, for your book to stand out from the rest, you must add your personal touch so it doesn't come off as a copycat book. Your unique perspective is what matters. There is no one else like you, so embrace everything that makes you different and use it to your advantage. Even if you're not creating something new, you can still add something new by offering your perspective. For the procrastinators, the book touches on the topic of procrastination and how it significantly hinders your creativity. Procrastination is the thief of time. It's a major obstacle that humans face because it's so easy to get caught up in the idea that we work best under pressure. In reality, procrastination only leads to subpar work and a lot of unnecessary stress. Jessica Hish puts it best when she said, "The work you do while you procrastinate is probably the work you should be doing for the rest of your life." Take a look at your current projects and see if you can find a way to work on them little by little each day so that you don't have to cram everything in at the last minute. It's much better to take your time and create something great rather than rushing through it and ending up with something that you're just okay with. So, what do you do when you're procrastinating? Let me know in the comments below. Start paying attention to the things you do when you're bored. I'm not referring to watching Netflix, because if we could all make a great living from watching Netflix series and movies, we'd all be billionaires. I'm talking about things you do when you have nothing else to do. For example, I like to journal, work out, and read when I'm not working on projects, because those things make me feel productive. I also enjoy exploring different places and taking pictures and videos of random things I find interesting. These are the things that I like to do when I have free time, and as a bonus, they help me to stay creative. What are some of the things you like to do when you're bored and have lots of free time on your hands? Do you draw, write a poem, come up with a sick beat, or create amazing dance moves? The things you do when you are not consciously thinking about them will bring you the most joy. Study the people who inspire you. I'm sure we all have that one person we look up to and admire. For me, it's Tim Burton's weird, lanky characters and gothic settings. I love the way the characters are imperfect and the settings are dark and mysterious. It's something about the combination of those things that just speak to me on a creative level. I've watched Nightmare Before Christmas more times than I can count, and I'm still not sick of it. I don't think I'll ever be sick of it. I also enjoy looking at other artists' work and have studied the greats in school, so I have a formal background. I kept all my required art books for years, and time again, I found myself returning to them for inspiration. The point is, don't be afraid to study the people who inspire you. You can learn a lot from them, and it will only make you a better artist. It's a great way to get ideas and inspiration for your work. So, who inspires you? And what do you like about their work? Who? Find your answer to the question, and you're on your way to having a great source of inspiration for your work. Be open to change. The only person stopping you from being creative is you. You are constantly changing and evolving as a person. So why are you not allowing your work to do the same? Be open to new ideas and ways of doing things. You never know, you might find a new way of doing something and then you love it more than your old ways. And if you don't like it, you can always go back to the way you were doing it before. Be open. Don't allow what other people think about you to stop you from creating something. Shut the world out, go inside your happy place and make something. As Austin Kleon says in this book, validation is for parking. What he means by this is that don't seek validation from others for your work. Do it for yourself and because you love it. The world benefits from you being creative. And if somebody doesn't like it, who cares? Those who will like it will like it. You won't find your special style if you are searching everywhere except yourself. When it comes to creativity, what makes you happy is all that matters. It is statistically impossible that everyone in the entire world will hate your art. So stop letting the fear of rejection stop you from even beginning. Gather the knowledge you require and go to work. Start by reading Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. There's a link in the description below to make it easy for you. This book is a great starting point for anyone. It's a short, sweet read that will leave you feeling motivated and inspired to create something you. If you enjoyed this video, then you'll absolutely love this one. So click on the screen and I'll see you in the next video.